Hello and welcome back to another Toasty Hen update video, I guess. I don't know. This is just a couple of things that I'm hoping to get to this year. We are in my very non-aesthetic sewing area right now. We have my Juki set up over there. If I pan over there, I have my ironing board set up with my ring light in the corner, because that light fixture does not actually work. So we're on my temporary cutting table, which is an old dining room table. Eventually I will have a bedroom finished in the house that will be a sewing crafting room, and I'm hoping to do my recording in there. The main purpose of today's video is to show you a couple of quilts that I have planned for this year. Here is one of them, and I'll go into more details about that in just a minute. But then I also have this bag of fabric to go through from a recent shopping trip to a local quilt store that is moving. So they had a ton of fabric on clearance and on sale, and the pre-cuts were on sale. So yeah, let's get into it. So first, the one I already kind of showed you, I have these, which I got Black Friday weekend. Actually, it's just off camera there now. The peppermint twirl quilt that I'm working on, I bought the same day. I got these fabrics. So you can kind of see these two have a little bit of a print on them. And then there's like these two oranges, this kind of slate blue gray and the blue, this cream, and then this like textured cream too. These will be a rail fence quilt, so like this one. I decided to do a rail fence because I thought with these colors that would showcase them well, and because there was not enough of each of these colors on their own that I wanted to use, I figured if I cut the strips and kind of split them half and half, and as I'm sewing together just kind of mix them up, that they would blend well together. So that is for one of my nephews due towards the end of March. So my goal is to make a quilt for each of my nieces and or nephews. I had to backtrack a little bit because some of them, the oldest is 14, so I had to catch up a little bit. Now I have to catch up on the ones that are being born. So my goal and point of this is that by the time that each one turns 1 year old, I want to have their quilt done and delivered to them. So I have at this point a nephew and a niece being born this year. So that is for my nephew, and for my niece, this recent shopping trip, I picked up this cotton steel fat quarter bundle. It is Whoopsie Daisy. And I plan on making a wild whirl quilt with this one. Here's the wild whirl. I have made 2 of these at this point. This will be number 3. I love this pattern. I think it's a fantastic beginner pattern. Wildwood Creative does have a couple of really nice tutorials on their YouTube here. I just love each one I've seen. You can take like a bundle like this and basically however many fat quarters you use. So this is a 20, no, this is 18. So I'm going to make this one like 5x4, so I needed 20. So I did pick up a couple additional fat quarters. Like I said, because this is only 18, I am going to make it a little bit bigger because I want to make a twin size quilt. So I also picked up these fat quarters. They had fat quarters on sale for $2, so I got some extra ones. So I also picked up these so I can make it a little bit bigger, but I thought that those all fit really nicely in that bundle. I don't know if I'll actually use all of these in it, but I erred on the side of having too many, and I can always pull one. For the binding on that quilt, which one did I get? I got this one. This floral is for the binding on that quilt. And because they had clearance fabric, I also picked up backing. So if my sister, if you're watching this, Megan, if you don't want to have the, I told her it would surprise her which one I got for the backing, because I gave her 2 different options. So if you don't want to see that, scroll or just skip ahead a little bit. So this is the binding. And then I got this really pretty, let's see if I can get the color to, it's more of like a peachy than orange. It's not showing up on camera. So this will be a border around it, because I found that with the Wild World blocks, when they're all done, they are about 14 inches. And to make it like true twin size, I found that I needed to add just a little border on the edge. So I got this really pretty floral that I don't remember what brand it is. That's fine. And then again, this is like a nice peachy, but I got this geometric peachy print. My lighting down here is terrible. I have like this fluorescent light. It gives me great lighting for cutting and sewing, but as far as showing this on the camera right now, it is not really. So anyway, I got that geometric. This is for the backing of this Wild World. So super excited to make this for my niece. And then yeah, there's that floral. I thought that would look nice kind of in between them. Anyway, I like using small prints like that for my bindings, because I don't know, just like the way they look. I don't. Before we get into the next quilt, a little sidebar. Again, if you're my sister, this is a surprise from my nephew, so don't watch this a little bit. Because fat quarters were on sale, I found this like monster truck fat quarter and this little, I don't know, speckle. So I thought these worked together. So I'm gonna make him a little caddy thing to keep markers and pencils at my house. And this is just pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. It's just pretty. So those were a couple extras that I got. They also had a good sale on remnants. So I found this one, this Honeydukes print. I think I want to make something for my aunt out of this. I'm not totally sure yet. And then this floral was in the remnants. And I thought this would be a gorgeous like project bag. So anyway, on to the fabric for the next quilt. At a previous trip to this store, I had picked up this layer cake, which has been unwound and rolled a couple of times. So there's the end of it. It is the Ruby Star Society picture book, layer cake. Yeah, picture book. So it is these gorgeous colors. So I had the intention to use this to make a ribbon candy quilt, which is layer cake friendly. So that is ribbon candy. So sorry, this is black and white. I just put my patterns in black and white. Almost always. So I needed the background fabric because I only picked up the layer cake because I didn't know at the time what I wanted to use it for. I just knew I wanted to make a quilt out of this for my living room. So I had brought this along with me so I can match fabrics, and I couldn't find anything that was really like what I really liked. There was a Ruby Star print, but they only had like a yard of it, and I needed a couple yards. So in the clearance fabric, I found this one. Like, it's got little dots and then a little dash. So I thought that that would work really well for the background. And then it kind of fits in the same color family, especially because a couple of the blocks are just like this one. And I didn't want like that next to a solid white. So I thought that that worked well. Anyway, that is one of the other quilts. So this is for me, so there's not like a specific deadline on it. This is kind of just like an all-season quilt for my living room because I love having that quilt or a blanket on the back of my couch. And then for the backing on that quilt, I picked up these two. This one is definitely more of a mustard yellow, and this one's like a kind of like a sunflower orange. This lighting is not showing these well. I wanted the orange, but there wasn't enough. So I got the yellow too, and I'm gonna do like a patchwork kind of back. So I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that yet, but I'm gonna piece these together for the back. I'll probably do like a couple big squares. I don't know, haven't really decided yet, but I got those for the backing of that quilt. And then I got this star print for the binding because I liked kind of that contrast, but there wasn't enough of the color that I wanted. So I decided to use it for the binding. So anyway, those are a couple of the quilts, 3 quilts that I have to hopefully get to this year. I'm sure I will come up with more. And also I want to finish that one. That's on my ironing board over there. That is the peppermint twirl. So anyway, I have other projects to do too, but those are just a few of them. So thank you for watching. I will be back again later with hopefully some updates, and maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do a sew along. That could be kind of fun to do a rail fence sew along because I haven't done one of those over here before. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. I will be back later with more sewing fun.